These various pieces of evidence dispel most, if not all, of the issues raised by skeptics of global warming. Scientists agreed to an extent unprecedented for such a complex issue that Earth is warmer today than it has ever been in many centuries, and that human-generated greenhouse gases have been the major driving force for this warming. Although uncertainties remain as to the extent of warming and the relative contributions of each factor, additional data steadily diminish these uncertainties. Global climate models predict that the changes in climate observed over the last few decades will be small in comparison to those that will occur before the end of this century. This includes changes in temperature, albedo, sea levels, precipitation, ocean pH, major storms, and forest fires. Average global temperatures will warm somewhere between 1.4 and 6.7 degrees Celsius from 1975 to 2100, depending on human activities. These changes will not be uniform. Land masses will warm more than the oceans, and Arctic regions will warm more than other parts of the world, perhaps as much as 8 or 9 degrees Celsius above 1975 temperatures. This will melt more of the northern ice and snowpack, and thereby decrease the albedo of these regions and further accelerate global warming. Sea levels will rise as higher temperatures expand the volume of ocean waters and melt the snow and ice situated on land masses, particularly Greenland and Antarctica. Over 20 different GCMs predict that sea levels will rise between 0.21 and 0.62 meters from 1975 to 2100. An alternative forecast based on a simple linear relationship between the rate of change of sea levels over time and temperatures predicts an even greater change in sea levels. That is, sea levels in 2100 will be 0.53 to 1.43 meters higher than in 1975. Rising sea levels will put coastal regions of the world at great risk. Cities with large populations, such as those along the Gulf and east coast of the United States, will be flooded. Bangladesh, one of the world's poorest yet most populous countries, is perhaps the most vulnerable to sea level changes. About 80% of this country is below 10 meters in elevation, and so a 1.5 meter rise will permanently flood about 16% of its land area and displace more than 17 million people. Global warming and rising sea levels will promote greater evaporation of water from Earth's surface. What goes up, water vapor, must come down, precipitation. Therefore, global precipitation should increase on average. Particularly, polar and equatorial regions are likely to become wetter. The mid-latitudes, however, will become drier, especially areas that are already deserts. Higher temperatures and lower precipitation at mid-latitudes will decrease the snowpack in many mountain ranges. For example, the Sierra Nevada mountains in California may receive from 30 to 90% less snow by the year 2100. Also, only about one-third of the ski resorts in Europe will have reliable snow by 2100.